And Faith Mumo is still getting used to being on top of the nation months after her family suffered the loss of income for her father's part and having to move away from the capital to Matinga village, Malaa in Machakos County. The ordinarily sleepy village is hosting excitement, pride and faith-laden gratitude, with guests streaming into the home of the country's top candidate in the KCPE 2020 exams. Leila Mohammed was with the family and brings to us the testimonial. And it is evident that for Mumo, faith is not just her name, but her guiding light.
Zainab, the word of the day is faith, and faith is what has kept her going for over 7 months of being away from the classroom, coming back here to Machakos County and going through a lot of issues in her life. And she says it is faith that will take her through the journey of life and keep her going in more successes as she basks in the glory of the KCPE 2020. Faith Mumo, good evening. How are you feeling today?
I'm very elated and very excited about this. And I want to thank God for this far He has taken me. I was flabbergasted about the news.
Where were you when CS Magoha announced that you were the top student in the class of 2020?
So my brother is in Nairobi, so he called my father and told him that the results are going to be announced today. But when we turned on the TV, we just found other things going on. So we just took it for granted. And then after lunch, I went and slept. But when I was sleeping, a certain priest called my dad, and then he told him that I had emerged victorious and I had become #1 in Kenya.
I know you keep the faith and you say faith is what makes you who you are. How much of a challenge has 2020 been to you, and where does this make you, how does it make you grow in terms of a person?
You know, my mom had a point calling me faith because I usually have a lot of faith in myself. So I used to say, even if the corona is here and I'm still at home, I can still make it. And I'll still striving and keep on striving and striving harder so as to continue with my lessons. So I used to take online classes, and I'll also study at home. And I will even call my friends and ask them how to do some other things that I didn't know how to do, because one thing I know is that I know nothing. I usually do everything to invent something in every day.
Talk to me about having to move from where you are to here, such a sleepy village in the middle of practically nowhere in Machakos County. How has that been for you?
It has been very hard. I even had a very hard time catching up with this place, but we are still going back there. So we had to come here so as to get out from the crowded places. You know, Nairobi is very crowded, so we had to come to this. At least it's a little bit deserted somehow. So we came here, and I've been having a very hard time catching up with the life of here.
You talk about your father losing his job due to the COVID-19 pandemic. How does that affect you as a person, and how does that inform your wanting to become somebody better in life?
One thing I know about my dad is that he's a very hardworking person. Though he was away from his job, he still did other things because he's a businessman still. He's still a businessman. So he used to do other things, and we lived a happy life. Actually, I've ate a lot of things that I didn't eat even during the other times, but I ate it here because my dad was always there. He could tell me, even if the corona is here, don't worry, we'll still get back there, and we'll continue with the life that we usually had.
Why medicine, and why surgery, and why brain surgery, neurosurgery in particular?
I was inspired by Congestina because, you know, she has that head damage. So I said that even those people in the slums are still having this problem. So I decided, let me become a neurosurgeon and help these people so that they can have a better life. Yeah.
Congratulations once again. Keep the faith. Mzee, siku hii unajihisi vipi wewe na mama? Sijui kama tunaweza kuwaonesha nyinyi wote wawili. Unajihisi vipi?
Tuko na furaha sana kwa sababu ya Faith Kawe. Tunajua sio kawaida. Yenyewe hii ni mambo ya Mungu, na tunashukuru sana na tunafurahia sana mahali ametuweka, na tunasema maisha imekuwa mangumu, lakini lazima tuendelee kuenda mbele kwa sababu hatuwezi angalia nyuma, lazima tuangalie mbele.
Zungumzia changamoto tunatarajia atachukuliwa katika shule ambayo ni ya umaarufu mkubwa. Wewe mwenyewe kuna changamoto za ukosefu wa ajira. Unahisi itakuwa ni mzigo mkubwa kwako kumsomesha binti yako?
Kwa kusema ukweli, najua ni mzigo ambao uko mbele yetu, lakini tutajitahidi tu vile tuwezavyo. Mungu akitusaidia, tunaona mambo itakuwa mzuri, lakini tunaomba Mungu sana kwa sababu enyewe wakati huu kama vile tunaongea saa hii hatuna pesa yoyote mahali tumeweka, hatuna even 1,000 shillings tumeweka mahali, lakini tunajua tu with God everything is possible.
Mama, sijui wewe unahisi vipi, mama aliyebeba mwana, tumbo la mama linahisi vipi leo?
Mimi nahisi furaha sana na ninasema ni asante kwa Mungu kwa sababu isipokuwa si mkono wa Bwana hii haingewezekana. Mimi ninamshukuru Faith na ninashukuru Mungu sana na wale wengine walikuwa wamemsupport na maombi.
Unatarajia kumuongoza vipi binti yako anapoingia katika nafasi ya pili ya maisha yake? Utampa wosia upi? Utampatia maoni ya aina gani na kiongozi kipi katika mambo ambayo ataweza kutekeleza katika shule ya upili?
Mimi yangu ni kumwambia atie bidii, akuwe na tabia mzuri, na kwa sababu anaona ile inaendelea kwa news vile watoto wasichana wanapata mimba, nitamwambia akuwe na tabia mzuri na aepukane na mambo ya youth, atie bidii kabisa, na akitia bidii na akuwe na tabia mzuri, hata secondary atapata maisha mazuri.
Asante sana. That is a family that will go to bed tonight feeling the spirit of leadership, being on top of the nation. KCPE 2020 top candidate Faith Mumo says she is keeping the faith in terms of going ahead with herself. Her father beaming with confidence that despite the challenges that life brings to him, he knows it is going to be a better day for him and his family. So I take you back to studio where we are already continuing with the coverage of the results, where all the players and the winners of 2020 are being celebrated tonight.